Hello, my name is Jules. I am a chess streamer and content creator, and this year alone, in the past 8 months, I have gained over 500 rating points over the board. And here's what I wish I knew when I was 1200 to speed up my rating growth. This is the first huge mistake that's keeping your rating from skyrocketing, and trust me, you are doing this. You'll see. So basically, when a lot of us try to figure out what our next move is going to be, whether that's OTB or in Blitz, it's called looking at candidate moves. We're looking at a bunch of different moves and trying to analyze each variation to see which one would be the best for us. Now, this can be a very long process, which is a bit rough when you're in time trouble, so we really have to make sure that we're using our time efficiently. So this is what we all do. First, we look at a lot of the risky moves. We're like, all right, maybe the first move that stands out to me personally is bishop d3. If queen takes, we take here, but then, oh no, maybe they could go bishop e6, check first. Would we just lose our bishop? I don't know. I don't feel comfortable playing that. Let me look at another move. What about queen takes? That doesn't make much sense. Rook takes? Maybe. Still seems a little bit odd. Bishop to d6 is promising, but oh wait, they have a huge threat here, which is bishop g5, and is our queen trapped? That seems a little bit rough. I don't really know what to do. And we spend all this time analyzing, right? We spend all this time analyzing. And then we're like, we see a move. We're like, okay, all right, queen d8. It's safe, it's good, it makes sense, and we just play it without analyzing it at all. And if you say you don't do this, I don't believe you. We spend all this time analyzing all these moves and all these variations just to play the first option that pops out in our mind that immediately looks okay. And that can end up being a huge mistake. Like, look at this. We just lost our advantage. So it actually turns out a lot of times the first move you look at that you disregard because of a certain variation, you should put more thought into it. I mean, bishop d3 isn't actually that bad here. Let's say they go here. You could just go king h8, and if they take, queen takes f2, and you actually end up being really good here. So a lot of times we just go with that first move that pops into our head after we've analyzed a bunch, and that's a huge mistake. That is costing you games in Blitz and OTB. The second huge mistake you're making, and I see this all the time, there's so many memes about it, is you're not actually practicing with a real chessboard. Now, I love online chess as much as the next person, but when you get to an actual tournament, or maybe you're playing Blitz with your friend, or any sort of casual game, it's going to look so different if you've never practiced with an OTB chess set. In fact, your vision might not really adjust to it. So some tactics you would see on chess.com, for example, you wouldn't be able to see OTB. So when you're doing this practice and analysis, try actually mapping it out on a real chessboard and chess set. Actually looking at games, putting them on a chessboard, and moving as if you are the person, just to try to get it into your head what this looks like. You've heard it a billion times. Tactics, tactics, tactics. Especially at this level, it's so important to be doing tactics. But I promise you, if you're not improving after doing tactics, it's because you're doing them wrong. And here's what I mean. So I'm looking at a puzzle of my own here. And I have never looked at this before. This is the first time I'm looking at it. So let's look where my head goes to immediately. I think Anna Cramling said this, but a very important thing to do is always check for checks, takes, any sort of immediate threat. Just do that mental calculation in your head. Also, try to calculate pieces. So, for example, I have a queen, 3 pieces, and 1 rook. So I'm down in exchange because I can see they have two minor pieces, 2 knights, and 2 rooks, as well as a queen. So that's going to mean for this puzzle, I am going to have some sort of checkmate, or I'm going to have to gain a bunch of material, most likely a queen or 2 rooks, something of the case. So this is what I'm looking at. I see that we have a discovered check, which is great. A discovered check's fantastic. Maybe something like here. If they go here, I can gain a rook. It looks great. It looks great. They can't take because they're in check. So what if they go king h1, perhaps? I could come back here, but does that make a lot of sense? I'm not sure. I could also go knight takes here. Let's see. King takes. Maybe then I have, is there anything I really have here? Queen here. They could defend with the knight, but maybe takes. I don't know how good that actually is. I mean, it does look promising. I'm just so worried about these checks, right? I'm so worried about these checks that after a while my brain might sort of give up. And the minute I see a cool move, all right, maybe I can just take here. And then this is hanging at the end of it. It could be good. I just go for it. And now, if you're doing that, which everyone does, and I've definitely been lazy and done that before, you're doing puzzles wrong because if you get it right, you're not learning anything. You're learning that you got lucky, basically. If you get it wrong, it's not like you really put in the brain work in the first place to stretch yourself. And, I didn't even analyze this. They could even take check, my rook's hanging at the end of it. There are so many issues here. So, really taking the time on your puzzles. Take the time on your puzzles. I know that systems like chess.com and some other puzzle systems reward speed. Be less concerned with the rating gain or the rating loss. Be more concerned with actually making sure that you're learning from the active work that you are doing. Here, what else can they do? They could take here. They could take here. And then we'd have this here. I feel like this looks really good for us, actually. King back. Oh, king can't go back. It would be mate. So they can actually take here. That's not something they can do. Here. Yeah, this looks great, actually, for us. Let's try it. And there we go. So you see, we put in a lot of work, a lot of effort in this puzzle. We calculated every variation. We didn't get a lot of points for it. I think I got 5 points for this. But the basic idea is making sure you are not cheating on your puzzles. You are cheating yourself by cheating your puzzles. Also, whenever you get one wrong, deeply analyze it. Don't just be like, all right, next one. I think sometimes the rating system in puzzles does us dirty because it makes us want to gamify it. But really, the only thing you should be doing is making sure that this is how you can learn. One of the most important mistakes I see under 1200 is making is you do not think you're the best chess player in the world. And hear me out. You're like, Jules, why do I want to be delusional? Like, obviously, Magnus is better than me by, like, a little bit. And this is really, really important. And I mean, everyone has doubts about their game and their chess, but you do have to be a little bit deluded while you're playing. You have to think that all of your tactics are going to work. That doesn't mean don't calculate. That means have confidence in your calculation because that's how you're going to do better. You also have to believe that you are winning if you actually are. Learning how to evaluate your position. A lot of times, for example, I was playing an OTB game against someone like 600 points higher than me. And I knew I was doing okay, but I felt like I was losing still. I felt like my opponent had thought 10 steps ahead and they were so much better than me. So I played very, very passively. I even ended up sacking a piece because I thought I was that bad. When I looked at the engine later on, when I was analyzing my games, I saw that I was actually +2 the entire game. The entire game, I just didn't have confidence in myself. I didn't think I was good enough. So, this is one of the reasons it's so important to trust yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it told you some of the mistakes that you are making that is keeping you from gaining a bunch of rating. Please like and comment if you enjoyed the video. It really means a lot. Subscribe if you want to see more from me. I really hope you have an amazing day, and good luck on your chess journey.